Oceanside rider while she rolling the herb. Tide sucking up on the curb. Got this feeling to splurge. My sole purpose is to give you the word. Write these verses with that murder ain't no relation to herbs. Switching lanes for that shifting. 2 5 shots, still grooving this pandemic. I just played the cards, I'm dealt confident with it. King taking over this shit, monstrous vision. Never temper thoughts, I came from poverty stricken. One day at a time, can't rush greatness. My mind like plush Dayton's. 27 laps in this bitch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the FantasyFlo podcast. It's your boy Alex. I got my dog Kyrie. I got my dog Vic with me. We are going over the week 2 of madness.
Straight craziness.
Just straight craziness going on. Let's get started. So what happened this week? First, we have to come out the gate with it. We're talking about the Dolphins.
To a time.
They said we couldn't do it. God did.
Oh, man. Tua did his dance, man. He did his dance this week.
Tua did his dance, man. Listen.
He hit the gritty?
No, he ain't hit the gritty.
No. You know who
Someone else hit the gritty.
Yeah, I know who hit the gritty.
He was a little broke, but he hit it.
Mike Gesicki done, I don't know, bro. That boy done did it.
They call that the skedaddle. You saw that?
I'm dead.
Oh,
so,
man.
yeah, so in case you guys didn't know, Tua threw for 469 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 4 of them came in the fourth quarter. Like I said, they said we couldn't do it. They said Tua couldn't throw past 20 yards. God did.
21 points.
21 points.
In the fourth quarter.
End the game 42-38.
That's impressive.
That's impressive, y'all. Hill, 11 receptions, 190 yards.
That's what he does best.
I'm saying. And then you talking about 2 touchdowns. And then we go to his counterpart, and we go to Waddle.
Receiver 2.
Receiver 2. 11 receptions.
Balling.
11 receptions. 171, right?
Yep, 171 yards.
171.
Yep.
2 touchdowns. Game winner.
Offense.
Game winner.
It feels good, right?
Unstoppable.
So, I mean, it was beautiful to watch. I knew that we were in a situation where the Dolphins had to show that they were actually a real team in order for the world to actually be like, you know what? I'm not going to try them no more. They still going to try us, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We might lose to the Bills. We might win to the Bills, but they still got to see us.
Put some respect on our name.
Thank you. So, key thing that happened in the game was Edmonds wasn't really moving.
No, he wasn't.
Edmonds wasn't really moving. So as fantasy managers, I know that when you saw his 5-point output, you kind of were like,
Yeah.
So his output wasn't what you expected. But once they switched to Mostert, the running game opened up.
Yep.
And we started seeing the floodgates open where Tua was bombing people. Just because you had the opportunity to open up the play action, the run game was moving, he actually was getting positive yards. So it now causes a question. It's like, fantasy-wise, do you trust in Edmonds? Do you trust in Mostert?
Could go either way, honestly. Last week, Edmonds had 10 points, and Monster had, 4?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5, and then this week it was a swap.
And my mindset towards that would be game script.
Probably game script, yeah.
I think the Dolphins still trying to figure out who's who they want to do with them. Right. I've always liked Mostert first. I like speed backs. So
my issue with
Edmonds
Mostert is
too.
He has a history of injuries.
Yeah.
So if he could stay healthy, he'd be good. But really both of them, honestly. Edmonds has had his injuries in the past too.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. That's true.
Mostert, I think they said he played 8 games the last 2 seasons or something like that.
Yeah, because he always gets hurt.
Yeah.
That's why I worry. But
So,
it wasn't looking good at first.
Because this man, after what we did last year, this year, I don't know why we couldn't stop Lamar. Xavier Howard was getting beat.
right.
well,
It was
I have
ridiculous.
this theory that Lamar is on his MVP revenge tour right now.
Payday. He wanted payday.
I wanted to start a new segment. It's literally a 2-second segment. It's called Pay That Man.
Give
Real
me
talk
my-
though, y'all need to pay that man.
Pay
Stop
that man,
playing.
bro.
What's the meme? Bring me my money.
Bring me my money.
Pay that man. For the reason that, bro, Lamar literally went off, and the fact that we came back and won is honestly baffling, because when you saw what Lamar was doing to us, we were just like, dog, I can't. I mean, when he hits a 79-yard rushing touchdown, bro,
Yep.
I mean, what do you do? when Lamar's hitting Rashad Bateman for a 75-yard bomb and he outrunning Xavier Howard, what do you do?
That's the type of stuff you see in basketball.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And Madden.
That much? Yeah, Madden. Like,
Bruh.
Video game stuff.
And then what's even worse with Rashad Bateman is like everybody's getting down on him because it's like he only gets these couple catches a game, but he always breaks so far. These first 2 weeks,
That's how you play. That's how you play.
So it's like at this point, you just gotta take it for what it is. If he gonna break for a touchdown or break for some big yards, just take that and run with it. Because at the end of the day, Lamar's looking for him.
Which Bateman had 4 receptions, 108 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm saying 4 receptions. I think, and one of them was 75 yards.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you.
You do
probably
the
why
math.
Marquise Brown gone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
They don't
I'm
need
not
him.
gonna lie to you, they were high on him when they picked him up. But the thing that got me mad about this game was the fact that every sports commentator, every sports critic, any person you can find that just wants to talk some kind of shit about Tua, just decides that it was the Ravens defense that was a collapse. Now it was
offense and defense to me.
because they couldn't. I mean, don't kill us for being efficient on third down.
Exactly. You got the Pro Bowl corners, Ravens.
We efficient on third down, so I don't kill us for that.
Yeah.
Don't kill us for letting the fastest man in the league get behind your DBs. I mean, he's the fastest man in the league. Oh, I forgot you forgot about Jalen Waddle. Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Don't blame us. You went 4 on 4 twice and couldn't convert.
I'm saying, don't blame us that you got a goal line stand. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's called defense. That's called good play calling.
Yeah.
Listen, man. This man Mike McDaniels dropped his nuts on all these boys, dog, and he did it. And he did it with the
Yeah.
confidence.
What Tariq said, he gonna need a wheelbarrow.
He
to
need
carry
a
his
wheelbarrow
nuts.
for that, dog. So I just want to give kudos for my Dolphins. I'm proud of them.
they did good,
2-0. We'll see what happens with the Bills next week. I'm not calling a dub, but
Can't say
I
nothing
tell
yet.
everybody, they still gotta see us.
Yes. Yes.
So, moving on, this man Russ, he's been struggling for me particularly for these past 2 weeks. I mean, we all know when Denver signed Russ, we were all expecting fireworks. We were all thinking this is going to be Peyton Manning going to Denver part 2. Right,
Yeah.
But this isn't it so far.
No,
this
not
is
right
not
now.
what it looks like. Peyton Manning going to Denver part 1 when that happened.
Yeah.
Bro, the first game he came out there, he lit the whole league on fire. This is not what Russ did.
Which Russ had the same stint last year, even with DK and who's the other receiver?
Tyler Lockett.
But I didn't think it'd be this bad. This is a little much.
Yeah, but I mean, wasn't that after the finger?
he was
that
struggling before the finger.
He was struggling
bit,
before?
a little bit.
No, because they were having the whole let Russ cook thing going. I could have sworn Russ was
I
doing
had him. He
decent.
wasn't doing as much as I wanted to. But when he came back after the finger, he was never the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't the
never the
same.
same.
So, I mean, I don't know if that's still plaguing him, but I mean, you got Cortland Sutton, and obviously, Cortland Sutton, he ended up being the de facto receiver because Judy went down with a rib injury. So, I mean, I know that they said it was negative, so it should be positive. He may be able to play next week.
He should be. I hope it doesn't track to as a lingering
Yeah,
injury
so-
later.
What we need Sierra to put it on this man or something. Because, I mean, what's going on here, bro? Like, let's ride. She need to ride or something. Because this is ridiculous.
He need a boost. He
He
needs something.
needs
Listen, dog, I'm not gonna lie to you. Russ is killing me. He's killing me right now, dog. I'm literally looking at Tua with 50-something points on my bench, and I'm like, I got Russ
man.
starting. I lost my fantasy matchup
Yeah.
literally because Russ put 13 points up. If Russ could have just gave me a respectable 24 points, bro, I would have been fine.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
hey, it is what it is. But here's the next issue. It's like they paid this man all that money. They got the team. They got the defense. Expectations are high. These boys only won 16-9, bro. They lost to the Seahawks week 1.
Yeah.
Seahawks got whooped up yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, but Sunday.
This week.
So I'm just saying though, like they paid you, everything is there, it's lined up, it's a Super Bowl ready team. This almost looks like the Raiders situation where they lined up everybody and they not ready.
It's just that there's no explanation why. I don't understand why Denver is struggling this much. They should have beat Seattle week 1.
should have blown them out.
This should have been an easy win as well.
Yeah. So, next part of the madness, your favorite Browns. I
to see
mean,
it.
you hate to see it, dog. When they revert back to them old selves, it always happens, dog. That's why I'm hoping it does not happen to the Dolphins, but the Browns definitely reverted back to them their old self. And I mean, how do you have the game in hand, dog? I mean, as much as fantasy lovers love that Nick Chubb third touchdown,
Yep.
the Browns got to be sick.
Yes, 100%.
They got to be sick because they left them boys with no timeouts. They could have ran that clock down, walked out there with a dub.
That's it.
Brissett would have been fine.
But still, defense got to show up, man.
And they got to. I mean, and they have a solid defense. So, I mean, what happened? I don't know. But didn't Clowney go out? I think Clowney went out.
I think he hurt.
But you still got
Garrett.
Garrett.
It was a top defense before that.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we got the hat trick out of Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. He did his thing. But when you got a minute 32 seconds in the Jets, Jets suck. Like, yeah, bro, like the Jets suck. All right, and they're gonna suck. They're gonna stay sucking. They're gonna be number 4 in the friggin' division. I don't care what nobody say. All y'all Jet fans, Nick, holla at me.
Oh man,
Damn,
he called you out.
I'm just saying these Jet fans be crazy sometimes, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I got respect for that boy, Garrett Wilson. He did his thing. I didn't.
balled out.
You know, it's funny. So Chris Olave got a lot of love out of college. Garrett Wilson got a love out of college, and then they were saying, who was the top receiver that Jameson Williams from Alabama, and can't remember. But the point is, those were the cream of the crop receivers, right? And you're looking at those guys, and they were playing these high snaps for these great teams, and when you look at Garrett Wilson, it's like he seemed like he was just the intermediate guy. Olave was your deep threat guy. But I didn't see him doing all of that. It's crazy how sometimes your role changes from college to the NFL, and he really did his thing.
100%.
I mean, but he was also, third on the depth chart?
You never know what's going to happen in any given week in fantasy football or football, period. And also, before we even get to Garrett Wilson, I just want to say, the man that's throwing the ball to him, Joe Flacco is showing people, or not showing, but reminding people who the hell he is.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco is like, this man
I mean,
out here.
I'm not a Joe Flacco fan.
I'm not either, but
he went to the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
But
he is.
Man is showing y'all who he is. These past 2 games.
So do you think he should overtake Zach Wilson?
I was going to just
I
say
ain't
that.
saying all that.
Okay.
I'm
but-
just saying.
But
He been in
here's
the
the
league a
thing,
long
though.
time.
I'm not going to lie to you.
He's a vet. He's a vet.
You obviously know that Zach Wilson is your future. You spent the draft pick on him. So you don't want to start Joe Flacco over him. But shoot, bro, if Tua getting pulled out of games last year and the year before and all that stuff, why can't Zach Wilson? He ain't better than Tua.
I agree.
And with that being said, Joe Flacco is actually, every time I seen him get in the game last year to this year now, he's shown that he can actually do something, dog. And
Still do something.
yeah. And so with that being said, it's like you can't sleep on the fact that Joe Flacco is actually producing. Like
For as long as Zach Wilson is out, Joe Flacco gonna do his thing. He got all the weapons available.
But you know what it is? He's a vet who understands what he has.
Right.
So, like, when he's playing, I found that Corey Davis gets a lot of love. And he knows what he can get out of Corey Davis. And the funny thing is, y'all got to follow the money. Corey Davis is the money man over there in the Jets.
Yeah.
He's the high-paid receiver. We didn't draft Corey Davis, bro.
Well, I mean, we thought Elijah Moore would be.
Well,
stepping
Elijah
up
Moore
crazy.
was all.
I ain't draft Corey Davis, but I wouldn't sleep on Corey Davis.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like I seen him and I was just like, they got Garrett Wilson. They'll probably eventually bring him up more. But then I'm looking at it. Maybe Garrett Wilson just plays that slot role, and then you got Elijah and Corey Davis on the outsides, and I think it makes sense, right?
He has weapons. He's used them before. So the Jets aren't bad. It's just they're playing against the Dolphins, the Bills.
Sorry,
The Patriots too.
Sorry, Patriots.
It is what it is.
I pray for anybody who owns Wilson, Davis. I pray that when Zach Wilson comes back, they can get the same
type of love.
love. They have the same amount of what's the word I'm looking for? success that they have with Joe Flacco right now.
Yeah.
I pray.
Yeah.
All right. So and then something noticeable was obviously week 1, Michael Carter had his big game. Everybody kind of overreacted about that. They were like, "Oh, well, Michael Carter's clearly still the guy." Well, Brees Hall caught the touchdown today.
Michael Carter ain't do nothing.
He ain't do much.
do nothing at all,
And
really.
Brees Hall got you a clean little 13 or something like that. So I wasn't mad at it. I looked at it and I'm like, hey man, if you invested in Brees Hall week 2, you got a decent return for that. And I think that with him, I think he actually gets a little bit better going throughout the season.
I think he'll overtake Michael Carter for sure.
No, he's still overtaking.
Yeah, so
He's going
I don't know how long it's gonna take though.
It probably won't take long. It probably won't take too long. Aaron Rodgers bounce back game.
Thanks to who?
Well, Aaron Jones did his thing. You know, it's funny. I got kind of mad because there was one play where Aaron did a shuffle pass. It was actually a toss, but they counted it as a shuffle pass.
Oh,
And they
okay,
actually
yeah.
credited him with Aaron
Touchdown.
Jones's touchdown.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
had it, right? And sure enough, they took that thing back. So I was just like, dang, I thought they was going to let me slide. But they didn't let me slide. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, Aaron Jones did his thing. What did he do? 132?
132 rushing, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions, 30 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously, before the game, they were talking about getting Aaron Jones back in the game because A.J. Dillon did his thing week 1 and Aaron Jones didn't do much. So, you know, LaFleur is going to get his boy Aaron Jones the ball.
Exactly.
So he had to make sure that he did it because, to be honest with you, if he doesn't start getting the ball, that whole offense just is gonna stall.
He's honestly the second most important player of the team now.
Yeah, other
with
than
Devontae
Rodgers.
gone,
Yeah, exactly. So Rodgers now, I mean, I think he threw for 195 last week, no touchdowns, and just an interception probably. He kind of really pissed me off.
Yeah, he really.
But so he dropped me about like 20 points, 21, maybe something like that. And it was a good bounce back. And I thank God because I was really teetering between Kirk Cousins and this man.
That was a heavy teeter right there.
And so I went with it because I read the stat in every game that Aaron Rodgers takes an L in the week 1. He was 4-0 right after that. So I'm like, history tells you Aaron Rodgers is going to bounce back.
Good thing you made that
But
decision.
history tells you that Aaron Rodgers is about to win the MVP too.
That's fact. He is the reigning MVP.
Twice.
So, twice.
So,
Hey.
so history's telling you that he's technically about to go win the MVP. I don't believe it yet, but we'll see. Alan Lazard came back. He got 1 touchdown.
Got a little something.
I mean, I felt like that was all Aaron Rodgers really needed as like a safety net, just to know that he could throw to somebody he was familiar with.
Yeah.
Until these young boys get right, like when Watson gets is it Watson or Watkins? Watson. Yeah. When Watson gets his gets everything together and starts putting you know his NFL work together, and Romeo Doubs, because he was balling all preseason. So once he starts putting it together as well.
Is Cobb playing? He is? Okay.
He
I
is.
haven't heard anything
Tanyan, I
from
haven't
him.
heard too much about Tanyan. We're still waiting on him.
You're not going to expect to hear nothing
From Tanyan?
From either one?
from. Well, I don't know about Tanya, but Cobb. I mean,
Cobb, nothing.
Eh.
like,
I thought he'll get some PPR or something,
Maybe.
a little bit.
I don't think he'll ever turn into somebody you could rely on.
He might have
unless
a
it's-
game or
Nah,
two.
yeah.
I think he'll have a game or two.
Yeah, maybe like a random game or 2. Yeah. So AJ Dillon, like we said, obviously was the bell cow in week 1, and he did his thing. Got you about like 20 fantasy points or so.
Well, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones just posted up some good numbers, but now AJ Dillon just went and took probably a 7-point return now from that.
Yeah.
So I look at that and it's like that's the game you play, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when you draft AJ Dillon and everybody tells you he has running back 1 standalone value, he does. But now when they decide that they're going to force feed Aaron Jones, it's like, how do they get him the ball? And
I personally wouldn't say has 1 value. Unless Aaron Jones get hurt, AJ Dillon's more of that extra flex, maybe.
But he still can give you good value as because they said 1A and 1A. Like they didn't even say 1A, 1B. Like
It's just that I don't trust AJ Dillon until I see it consistently. Which
you're not going to see it consistently.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not because they You got to remember.
you can bet that a days is gonna come where both of them gonna ball out.
Yeah.
And now I have to have, in my opinion, I have no one left to put in.
Yeah.
Other than if I need a running back, I would put an AJ
I'm not
Dillon
gonna lie
over several.
to you. This week in my work league, I started Edmonds over Dillon just because I felt like Edmonds had a better matchup,
Sure.
but I
Yeah.
also felt like it was gonna be Aaron Jones' game. Simple thing that people could always do is when you realize that somebody got paid a lot of money, follow the money, dog.
Yeah.
They got to give that person some production because if that person shows that investment wasn't good, they're gonna cut them eventually. So they're good. Hence why Corey Davis is still getting the ball.
Yes.
They follow the money.
Yes.
So Aaron Jones being the best running back and the high money running back they paid,
He's gonna get his.
he's
touches.
gonna get his
You
touches,
need it. You
bro.
need
So
it.
if Aaron Jones has a game where he doesn't look good, they're gonna make sure Aaron Jones is good the next game.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
It's your boy Carson Wentz again, dog. Some people felt like it was a fluke last week.
Listen.
You heard it here first.
What?
What I said last week. Carson Wentz has a good matchup. He got all the weapons to his disposal, and he basically had the same amount of points he had last week.
Yeah.
He had less, but it was
It wasn't that much less.
no a whole
He
lot.
had like 20 something this week, and I
Yeah.
tell you this,
It was
third-
20 something. You sure?
I believe it was
29.
20 something. Yeah.
I
29.
sworn it was like
I don't
30
know.
something.
He had
But-
37 last week.
But check me
something like
out.
this week.
30 minutes before game,
Mm-hmm.
I took Trey Lance out and put Wentz in, and he saved my team.
Bro.
Thank God
See,
I did that.
That's an act of God.
Yeah, this week Carson Wentz
yeah.
had 34
34,
points.
Which
okay.
one? You looking on our
points.
league?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why. We got a little bit.
I'm pretty sure there's more other leagues too.
Because
I'll
I had
double check.
29. I had 29 at ESPN.
But yeah,
He saved my
the
team.
boy balled.
Yes. It took him a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because the Lions was doing their thing all game.
I mean, let's talk about that. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He's that dude, man.
I regret not picking him up.
I
and-
wanted him in drafts.
the only issue, like I told y'all
33
before.
at ESPN.
Okay.
33.
So my only thing I felt like with me is that I wasn't sure if he was gonna replicate what he did, but I know what he could do. But he's also a smaller receiver. I felt like there was tape on him now, so maybe it wouldn't be. But they really stacked their team up really well this offseason. They got two solid running backs.
Yes.
Jared Goff actually is good. Like he's looking like he's actually a
when
competent
Jared
Throwing the ball
quarterback.
well. He's throwing
When
the ball
he has
well.
a good head coach and he has weapons. Jared Goff is a baller.
Yeah.
But why? But they made it seem as if he couldn't handle the Rams' offense no more. They had to move on from him.
You know
That's
what
they
it
made
was
sound.
with that? I think because that was like the start of the downfall of Todd Gurley.
Yeah,
For some reason.
Yeah, because he
it
was
just-
the Todd Gurley era.
Yeah,
He was. Todd Gurley was a beast, and then he
just
really
slumped
just
off.
fell the hell
It
off.
don't make any sense.
I mean, it does. He had knee problems from Georgia, so
Yeah, but he had 2 seasons where he was just
yeah, it was
nasty.
crazy. And then I remember drafting him, and he just folded. But yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Only reason I was a little skeptical about it is because I felt like once Jameson Williams comes back, it's gonna be hard to spread that love, bro, because they know that that's the guy. But the reason why maybe I'm wrong in that thought process is because maybe Jameson Williams takes until next year to start showing that.
Maybe I don't know.
'Cause, no, I'm telling you, that boy is a baller.
If you watched Hard Knocks this year, you could tell they want Swift to be the best running back in the league.
Oh no, Swift for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just talking about receiver wise.
Oh, he's my receiver. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think they both have the opportunity to eat on that team and do well because, I mean, how do you say cuz name?
Amon-Ra St.
Amon-Ra
Brown.
St.
Amon-Ra.
Brown.
St. Brown. That man a baller. He balled last year. You started seeing signs of him being a great player.
Yeah.
And he gonna do it again this year. And then if Jameson,
Jameson Williams, yeah.
if he, you know what I'm saying, comes back and gets those looks and does his thing, it's like who you gonna cover?
Yeah.
And then you got DJ Chark.
And, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Hawkinson.
Chark ain't really have. He didn't have a good game.
TJ pissing me off, man,
Yeah.
because he's getting the looks and he's dropping catches. What is going on?
Listen, man. After TJ Hawkinson did what he did to me last year, I'll never pick him up. He's one of those people I just can't trust no more.
I can't. I have him on one of my teams. I'm not gonna start him.
Like when I saw
can't.
Irv
I'm
Smith score last
got over
last
him,
night.
I'm being a waivers this week. So I
All
gotta
you
say.
got is Hawkins.
No, I have another. I can't think of who it is right now, but TJ's got me less than 5 points 2 weeks in a row. Like
Yeah,
I have to
think- how you think
experiment at
I
this
did
point.
with Kyle
because of,
Pitts?
that's because of the man I'm on Ra.
I guess so.
Because that's Goff's go-to. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I wouldn't say it's because Hawkinson was getting looks and he dropped passes.
Yeah.
Last game, so I kind of got to blame him.
Yeah. Shift over back to the Commanders. Your boy Logan
I
Thomas.
picked him up too.
I saw that. I was
Kittle
like,
was hurt. So I was
Like with this weak ass stuff.
Hey, touchdown. I'll take it.
Reception,
Listen.
31 yards, one
but
touchdown.
you
He got
have
more
to
than
put it
TJ.
into perspective, right? What? No, the reason why I'm saying put it in perspective. What is the average tight end output this year so far? They're not putting out high numbers like that.
Who? Not putting
Tight
high
ends.
numbers.
We're talking about the top tight ends, if anything. But the most of tight end is putting up is 14 points.
he's doing better than Kittle.
He's
'cause
doing
Kittle's-
better.
Well, I'm sorry, not Kittle.
Kittle ain't
Pitts.
played.
He's doing
Pitts.
better than Pitts. Pitts is killing
Listen,
me right
Pitts
now.
play for the damn Falcons.
Drake
bro.
London had a good game.
Well, you got to understand that.
He don't want Logan to win.
Pitts is a tight end. So, of course, he's a receiving tight end. He's basically like a damn wide receiver.
He is a receiver.
Pretty much, yeah.
But he's still playing for the Falcons. You got Marcus Mariota as your quarterback. He's
But
okay.
hey, listen, a
You
lot
know
of
what I'm saying?
leagues.
They don't
He's
have
on some dimes.
They don't have their running backs have not. I mean, they got Cordero Patterson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Algier, he hasn't really.
Yeah, done
He
nothing.
hasn't
You know what
showed
I'm
up
saying?
yet.
So
I'm
like,
waiting
their,
for it.
Their offense is not where it should be.
But I'll tell you what, every time they look like they're supposed to be getting whooped, they come right back in that game.
Yeah.
So for a team that isn't supposed to look like that, they fighting.
Right. But Logan Thomas, this is not a guy that you're going to. You're not going to start Logan Thomas every single week.
No,
bro.
but I feel
You
you.
know what
But
I'm
if
saying?
you're in a situation with TJ Hawkinson and you need a high value,
He could damn well have a flop game just like Hawkinson did.
he can.
He could, but he
gotta-
hasn't
Okay.
yet.
I'm just
Can
saying.
he stay healthy though?
No, that's the
Why you gotta
question.
say all that? Why you gotta
Can
bring
he
health
stay
into it? Let the man play, man.
I'm just saying, man. Jordan Reed
You
2.0.
you cursed 3 players already. We ain't gonna name them, but you cursed 3
Jordan
players
Reed
already.
2.0. I guess I did, man.
The ancestors be talking to me.
They be telling me things.
Oh, you gotta chill out though. But basically, Carson Wentz. The thing about him, everybody talks about how his stats look and how he was playing back in the Colts and everything. So it's like now he's over there on the Commanders. I don't think Carson Wentz, even in the Eagles, really had what he has here.
No.
If I'm really thinking about the Eagles, like were they really receiver wise? I don't think
Who
they
did
had
they have over
Deshaun.
there?
I don't think they had Deshaun.
They had Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz,
Aguilar was there,
Aguilar.
right? But he wasn't wide receiver 1. I'm trying to think who wide receiver 1 was. I can't
You can't even remember.
remember.
That's
It's
all.
somebody that was decent.
It wasn't
though.
Macklin. It wasn't.
wasn't?
It wasn't
No,
It
Macklin.
wasn't
Macklin.
Macklin was way before.
Yeah, that
Way
was that was before that. So I'm trying to say, like,
think of it now.
who was his receivers like that? And so he even went to the Colts, and he just had Pittman, and Pittman was figuring it out. He probably
Yeah.
wasn't a good fit with
That
Pittman.
was like Pittman's rookie.
Rookie.
Yeah,
I
so
think
he was
rookie,
figuring
yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
he
I'm
had Ty, but Ty was going through his
Ty
hurt,
was on a
his
decline,
issues,
bro.
his injuries and stuff.
Yeah, so trust me, Carson Wentz got dealt. Like, I'm not one to big up or defend Carson Wentz because I think he's a crybaby. But I do think that he was dealt some bad hands, seeing the success he's having with the Commanders.
Yeah.
Because they basically said, look, we went and traded for you. We're tired of going through these mid-tier quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And we want somebody that can actually play quarterback for us.
Yeah.
And you got Terry McLaurin ready to go catch some balls. You got Jahan Dotson ready to go catch. You got and who's the third one? Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
And these boys are all doing something, Like I want to say the disappointment out of those 3 was probably Terry McLaurin, but that's probably because he's the one that's getting covered because he's
Yeah.
the one that
He's
they're
the one,
scared
yeah.
of.
And they're all hungry because they want their payday too. So
And not only that, you got to remember last season McLaurin was the guy because Samuel,
He kept getting hurt.
right?
yeah.
There is no Dotson there.
Yeah.
and your boy Logan Thomas wasn't staying in the game.
He back,
Chill
though.
out, chill out.
So
He back, though.
and
McLaurin had all the looks going his way.
And
Now you got people around him that's also ballers. So
And look out. Don't look out. Because
What?
y'all boys got to also remember, we know that Antonio Gibson did put a hit on Brian Robinson.
Yeah, you're right.
He did put a hit. We got video that man is practicing.
Oh, my God.
that's yep.
That man is ready. So y'all boys got to go put him in witness protection until he
Yep.
comes back up out of that rehab. Because Antonio Gibson might put another attempt on his life.
Hey, listen, I got Tony Gibson, so I need him to take all the time he need in rehab.
Listen, bro, I
And
think
then
he
you got McKissick too, who's over there.
and
doing
JD, yeah,
McKissick is
yeah.
also he keeps doing it every year. Every time I try to
He
be like
sneak-
McKissick is just
sneak
McKissick,
his way
bro.
in,
He just
man.
sneaks his way into being
Somehow.
a player that just
He's
always
good.
does.
I made the mistake
Yeah.
last year of dropping him like week 1 or week 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Marlon he got him and balled for Marlon
Yeah.
for weeks. I was
Yes.
like, damn.
Yeah, dog. So let's just go through this week 2 injury report, right?
All right.
Quick little list. But we could go through some of the impact of which ones are what. So James Conner, he had an ankle injury. From my understanding, it's not bad. But keep an eye on it because if he is to miss Eno Benjamin,
Benjamin and Darrell Williams.
Darrell Williams did his thing, and you gotta remember when Darrell Williams started running in Kansas City because Clyde Edwards-Helaire wasn't really doing his
He
thing.
took the load.
He took
He
the
took-
load, and he
yeah.
was doing his thing. So I like Darrell Henderson. I know that's somebody that if y'all are in waivers, y'all probably would want to probably look at him as well. But Darrell Henderson and who was the other one?
Darrell
Williams.
and,
Darrell Williams.
Eno Benjamin.
I said Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, you
My
did.
bad. I'm
Thinking of
tripping. Ram. Yeah, Eno Benjamin and Darrell Williams.
Yeah.
So they just got to keep doing their thing. But I think those are really good pickups. But again, James Conner is the guy. I think the Cardinals, even though they keep coming out with these slow starts, it's not going to be the story for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Devin Duvernay, during the game, he got hit when they was trying to come back or try to stay up, I should say.
Yeah.
And he got in the concussion protocol. Normally, when it's your first time, they let you right back out once you pass and clear it. So nothing really to look at that. Jacoby Brissett. I mean, are y'all even picking up Jacoby Brissett, bro?
No, but I mean, that's their quarterback right now. So it's not that serious as well.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't
that
think so.
serious, but I mean, he obviously told the reporters he had an ankle injury. So,
Yeah.
I mean, something to look at if you're...
He's trying to shut off that loss.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That's what I
saying? If
think.
you're looking for... if you're worried about Amari Cooper's prospects, then yes, maybe you're caring about this.
Oh, is Mark Cooper getting hurt this year, Curry?
He might. He got a bad injury history too.
All right, this man... Jerry Jeudy, dog. He kind of killed me in the auction league.
Jerry Jeudy scaring me, man.
He's scaring me
'Cause
too.
he got hurt last year, right?
But it was
Yep.
an ankle. This one's just a shoulder. I mean,
Last year was worse, but
he's a
so
frail. I wouldn't say frail. Let me not disrespect this man, but he's a smaller receiver. Sometimes you tend to get hit, and it hurts. Like where Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton basically got hit in his ribs, and when he got hit in his ribs, the man stayed in the game. But he's a much bigger guy.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah.
bigger guy. So it's like when you're looking at some of these guys that, the 6 foot, 6'1" guys, cocky built, like they may be looking like that, but they fragile too
Yeah.
sometimes. dog.
Everybody get hurt somehow, some
Yeah,
way.
so-
So
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton, like I said, his ribs.
Yeah.
But it's not serious. Dalton Schultz, that is key because they said it was no ACL injury, and I'm not sure why they brought up the ACL off rip. I know he tore his ACL previously, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. But the thing is that he's an important part of that Cowboys offense. They like to check him down a lot. So when you're looking at him and a knee injury, they got to take their time on that. You're already dealing with a Dak issue. You don't want to deal with your best tight end because, I mean, at that point, then they definitely locking up CD Lamb.
because they're definitely planning on involving him a lot in the offense. Schultz.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be a top tight end this year, so it
Yeah.
sucks to see him go and to see Cooper Rush actually throwing the ball well.
Yeah,
I think he would have
Yeah,
looked
that's
his way
pretty good.
looked his way a lot with Dak out.
exactly. Next guy, we got Trey Lance.
Devastating, man.
I mean,
I feel bad
All
for
the
the
hype
kid.
season, all the hype talk in the preseason. even some of the bad game tape that he put out in the preseason, he didn't play his best game in the first game, but it was a rainy game. So you were thinking maybe, this game was going to be it. Yeah. But it ended up turning into the Jimmy G return game. He balled out. I mean, they pretty much ended the Seahawks Super Bowl run.
Yeah, that's what they was talking about. They did. It's smarter than them now for them to keep Jimmy and not trade him.
They look like geniuses at this moment. Because I mean, maybe they. I mean, I don't see that people for just I'm thinking that this man's gonna hurt himself. But obviously, when you get Jimmy G in as a backup role and you convert his old contract, which you were paying him starter money, and he accepted taking a pay cut. I mean, he's crazy.
He should have had a clause. If I do end up starting,
I need my money back.
Exactly.
Straight up. Don't play with me. But yeah, so now he's out for the season. Positive about that is that if you're going to want to get him next year, he's going to be back well in time. Yeah. Before and he'll probably be healthy. And I think they said with Dak's injury, he would be Dak was running in a certain amount of weeks, and he'll be actually before that.
I think Dak came back earlier than we predicted.
And they think he'll be earlier than Dak.
I just hope it's not the RG3 effect. He's that's scared to run.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So a lot of people got to realize when you're one of those mobile quarterbacks, it's hard, dog.
Yeah, man.
So Giovanni Bernard, in that situation with Giovanni Bernard being out, the next immediate running back into Tampa Bay offense is Rachaad White.
Who I think before he was going to have an uprise regardless, they were saying, right?
They were saying he was going to be before
Fournette, of course.
But you got to remember what I told you. Follow the money, dog. Because what did they give Fournette? I think they gave Fournette like 3 years, $21 million or something like that.
This man always got the ball.
So at the end of the day, it's like for the next 3 years, it's Fournette's game. Yeah. So I don't see Rachaad White taking that over unless Fournette falls off.
Yeah.
Or gets hurt. Let's just go into some of these top 12 overall finishes. Coming in at number 1 quarterback and player of all fantasy football.
It feels good.
One.
Put some respect on his name for real.
The only. To a T.
To a time.
To a time.
To infinity.
To infinity. The next Dolphin GOAT.
Tied the Dolphins record.
Tied. And you want to know who he tied with? Dan Marino.
The biggest deficit the Dolphins had in franchise history, tied it since 2005 against the trash Bills.
So, kudos to Tua, dog. If you watch the FantasyFlo podcast, shout us out. Lamar, I mean, I'm just gonna hit y'all with I'm gonna hit y'all with simply pay that man, dog.
He did what he's supposed to do.
Pay that man, dog. Because to be honest with you, when you watch that game, what Lamar did was all he had. He did everything he was supposed to do to win the game. I'm not even going to front. He did everything he needed to do to win that game. So I'm not mad. So Lamar came in number 2. Number 3, who else? The Cheetah. The fastest man in the NFL.
Yes.
Mr. Peace himself.
Yes.
Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
So, I mean.
This is what we paid him to do.
They tried him, though.
What do you mean?
I'm going to tell you.
What do you mean they tried him?
The Chiefs or whoever it was that was saying, he goes to the Dolphins, he's not going to have the same production.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people, dog. I'd be tired. I'm not
it's
even
because
gonna
of the Tua hate. That's why.
No, because he started it with Tua, and then on top of that, he said something about Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. So everybody's up in the arms because they're like,
what did he say bad about Patrick Mahomes?
You say Tua's more accurate, which he is. He is.
He is. They said he's the most short pass accurate person, and you're a yak receiver. I mean, you're a speed receiver too, but Tua got you the ball twice.
Newsflash, bro. Tyreek was catching screens in Kansas City.
Exactly.
Tyreek was catching drags in Kansas City. Tyreek was catching digs in Kansas City. You want to know what that play in when they played the Bills in the playoffs? He ran a dig. And Tyreek Hill got the ball in stride, and then he took it and ran, shook these boys, outran them, and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's not everything that Mahomes has ever did for Tyreek has been 80-yard bombs. Because people think that that's what Tyreek made his money off of. Tyreek makes his money off of being a yards after catch.
Yes.
And he even said it in one of those podcasts. I think he was doing I Am Athlete, if I'm correct. No, he did all the smoke. He did all the smoke. And he told everybody, it's like, yo, if you watch all my highlights, I'm falling down or I'm running out of bounds. I don't like getting hit.
Yeah.
And every time you look at Tyreek Hill, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's smart though. You got to protect yourself.
And that's how he's continuing his game. So I don't want to go too crazy about going in
we
about
talk
Tyreek
about
Hill.
Dolphins all day. So.
Yeah, so the next person, even though I don't like this team, I tell y'all this every time they come up. The one, the only, Stephon Diggs, who I slept on. Personally,
I was
on.
sleeping.
Y'all crazy. Man.
I slept on him.
I don't know how y'all was sleeping.
No, I'm talking about back in the day, slept on him. This year, no.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how y'all slept on this man
Because
when
it
he
was
playing.
Adam Thielen,
Listen,
bro. It wasn't that.
On the
it wasn't
Vikings,
Stephon Diggs.
on the Vikings, I wasn't seeing this.
Diggs was doing his
He wasn't
thing.
doing this though.
It don't matter though.
I got to give my kudos. I got to give my kudos to Josh Allen because this man knows how to find Diggs, and Diggs just knows how to get open, bro.
Yeah,
Diggs
I mean,
is a goddamn baller, bro.
no, I will never take that away from him. But
I don't understand how y'all overlooked him when he was playing for Minnesota.
I didn't.
I did overlook him. I didn't think he would amount to this stature
Bruh.
of receiver.
Listen,
Yeah, I just thought that when,
that
like,
year
to be
that
honest
they
with
went
you,
to the playoffs and they was fighting for the Super Bowl spot. This man did. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I won't even say infamous, but when that man broke down because he gave his all on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That right there shows you. From that moment, everybody knew Stephon Diggs is a baller. I seen videos of him and his brother practicing and training and
I
stuff.
don't care what you say. His brother's trash.
This man
Cowboy
Diggs
fan.
is a baller. All right.
I just didn't. He's looking like a top 3 receiver, and I didn't expect it to
see
be
him
that.
doing that.
This
but
man was.
I didn't expect that.
This man was arguably one of the best receivers last season too.
I don't.
He was one of the best.
I think he had a slightly down year last year, slightly. But
was
and
one
then
of the
reason, And the reason why I say that, and the reason why I think I faded him as a top receiver this year was because of the emergence of Gabe Davis. I think Gabe Davis, he deserves some respect. So here's my thing, right? I lost fantasy in maybe 2 leagues because of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. And the reason I lost is simply because of one thing. Josh Allen didn't care about nobody but Stephon Diggs.
No.
He loves Stephon Diggs. All right? So he just threw that man the ball all the time.
But you know what? That's trending right now because you got them, you got Stafford and Cup.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about.
Yeah.
And then you got what's the other one?
Kirk and Jefferson, but yesterday didn't work out for Kirk, so
Yeah, that whole team just
they kind of folded. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, so we spoke on him earlier. Mon St. Brown, 9, 116, 2 touchdowns. We continue. We're at this point. These are set it and forget it type players. We're not going to even start thinking too hard about this. I will let you know if this player is a fluke or not for sure. Yeah. But after Amon St. Brown, we got Jalen Waddle.
Waddle.
Mr. Penguin himself.
two Dolphin players in the top 12.
I'm saying.
Why you said waddle like that, bro? You made the man sound like a Pokemon.
Waddle.
Hey, bro, he just waddle. Bro. You got to waddle. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, and then I don't like talking about them again, but we got 2 Bills in here, and just Josh Allen showing up here at number 7.
Listen, I said it. Y'all might not agree with me, but worth the first round draft pick.
I mean, I picked him up in my work league, and he's doing good thing. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had a decent game last night.
He's
I'm
balling,
liking Hurts.
man. That man looking different
Hurts.
this year.
Like he looks
confident.
Yeah. He's not. I mean, I guess maybe up in the receiver core helps him feel confident. They always had a good offensive line. The running backs are, always iffy, but he's the running back.
He's not afraid to move out the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Run the
like I
ball,
told you,
nothing.
he's a physical Lamar. I told y'all this coming out the draft. I remember that year. I was like, I don't think people realize how good Jalen Hurts could be. He isn't Like, because you got to remember, he was the starting quarterback in Alabama, and the only reason why he didn't stay in Alabama is because he had a bad game in the national championship, and Tua replaced him and won that shit.
Did a miraculous
And he
comeback.
won that in a miraculous way. So you can't take a starting job from that quarterback at that point. So where did he go? He went to the Sooners, and he ran his ass off. And he actually was up for Heisman. So everywhere he's gone, they keep counting him out, and he keeps showing you why you don't count him out. So I was iffy about Jalen Hurts just because I didn't like the Eagles like that. So
the Eagles did right by him this season by giving him more weapons, protection. So
I think he's really doing his thing. This one I don't expect in the top 12 finish on a regular, but I mean he did his thing, and obviously it resulted in a win. So Joe Flacco,
comeback win at that.
yeah, Joe Flacco did his thing, dog. Jared Goff, like I said, Dan Campbell found maybe he realized when McVay was trying to get Stafford, and Stafford was probably tired of them. Like he was like, you know what, you're letting go of a past number one pick, and he went to the Super Bowl with y'all.
Yep.
Obviously, he's good enough. It may take us a little bit, but we might get it together.
Yeah.
And Jared Goff is looking viable, dog.
They got him a nice young receiver.
And that's 2 Detroit Lions on the top 12. Yep. You're seeing the trend, the quarterback and his best friend. Carson Wentz comes in at 11, and the great Nick Chubb, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns,
Did this thing.
3 receptions, then 26 yards, and lost the game because he
massages.
did not get that third. This man said, you stupid. All right, let's just go run down the top 5 by position. Top 5 QBs. We got Tua, Lamar, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Joe Flacco.
Running back, we got Chubb, Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey. Good to see Christian McCaffrey on there. He's not hurt yet.
He pissed me off. He's been killing me, but I'm not mad at him.
Try to
yet.
tell.
Well, I mean, I'm glad I didn't take Derrick Henry.
Hey, chill. I'm hurting right now. I'm hurting right now,
I don't
man.
know what's going on with that, but
The whole Titans.
No, it's Tannehill, bro. They got to get rid of Tannehill.
Tannehill losing his job?
Yes,
So
he's
you think?
losing his job this
Malik?
year, bro. I'm telling you, it's happening. But yeah, so we got the top receivers. You got Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, 2 in the top 5, not top 10, 2 in the top 5.
Top 5.
And Cooper Kupp, of course. Are you not surprised?
Not surprised. Triple Crown.
Triple Crown. Listen, bro, that was probably my best investment in Casper's league. Top tight
Tight end, we got Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, Zach Ertz, Irv Smith, Mike Gesicki.
Irv Smith pissed me off because last week he absolutely gave me a dud. I dropped his ass. All right, and guess what he freaking did? He went and got a touchdown and got some catches this week.
Yes.
I was just like, bro, you gotta stop playing with me.
What we got at kickers, Kyrie?
Graham Gano, Evan McPherson, Daniel Carlson, Tyler Bass, and Brett Maher.
All solid. The only one that's actually starting to stick out to me now is Graham Gano. I think I might have to think about possibly scooping that man up because the Giants are doing their thing.
And then remember, Butker was hurt this week too, so this might change a little bit next week if he's back.
Yeah. And defenses, we got Buccaneers, Jaguars, Bills, Falcons, Eagles. Only one that's confusing to me is the Jaguars. But again,
that's surprising.
At the end of the day, I'm telling you, man, people got to realize that the new trend is get you a nice offensive head coach, get you a defensive head coach that is not head coach, defensive coordinator that is sound and knows what he's doing. And once that offensive head coach takes over the team, the defense just hums because the defensive coordinator got them. And the whole team comes together. You've seen it with the Bengals. You've seen it with the Rams. You've seen it with the San Francisco 49ers. You're seeing it with the Dolphins. You're seeing it with the Jaguars. You've seen it with the Cardinals. It's a trend that these people are doing. Get you a young, offensive-minded head coach, and your life changes.
Yep.
So it's obviously the Jaguars are reaping the benefits. I mean, Doug Peterson, whatever. But the point is that he's a good head coach. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach, and he knows what he's doing, and he obviously has his offense doing what it's got to do. So, last but not least, let's just get into our league, FantasyFlo League. I'm tired of losing. Like I told y'all, I'm
What's your record?
numerous times. I'm 0-2 right now, and obviously this looks crazy for me to be on this show talking about whatever, and I'm 0-2. But it's all right. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it like a champ because I'm not 0-2 in all my leagues. But at the end of the day, I lost because nobody expected Tua to drop 50-something points. All right, and I expected Russell Wilson to give me more than 13 points.
Yes,
all
I
right.
agree.
So at the end of the day,
agree.
I am not crazy. All right.
No.
The only person I didn't put in was Jahan Dotson. But other than that, I'm 0-2, dog.
For me, I'm 1-1. Derrick Henry did not show up again. Cordell Patterson. I said this last week. He had 22 points.
You didn't see it coming again.
He ain't sustained it. He got 4 or 5, I think, for me. Damn. Nothing. And then Devontae did nothing. That's not gonna be a continuous thing. I think they had a bad game. They freaking lost. They let freaking Cardinals come back on them and whatnot. And Kittle's still out. I think he'll be back next week, but what am I gonna do?
I mean, I'm 0-2. I don't know what the hell to do.
Who underperformed?
So Cousins had a bad game, got me 10 points.
That's not gonna be.
I got Jeff Wilson. He got me 12. That's decent. Etienne, he only got 8.30 points. Higgins came back from concussion. He got me 19. Deontay Johnson got me 13. Andrews balled for me. Got me 25 points. Dylan didn't really do nothing.
No.
Got like 7 points. Jamal Williams had a great first week.
Yeah.
Second week, 7 points. Matt Gay, 7 points from a kicker. That's decent. I had the Patriots defense. They got me 9. I was scared about Tyler Lockett, and he got 19 points. So I'm hoping that they can still figure out week to week how to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Now that Russell Wilson is gone. Jacoby Myers, 18 points. That's on my bench, obviously, so I can't do nothing with that.
I didn't see that coming, so I don't blame him being your bench.
I expected him to. He's the wide receiver one over there.
He is, especially the underperformance of Devontae Parker.
Here's my thing about the Patriots, right? Jacoby Myers is the safest receiver to get in the Patriots.
Agreed.
Right.
100%. But Nelson Aguilar is probably the most talented.
Right.
And I think that he shows it every once in a while. He doesn't give you it consistently.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I think that Mac loves throwing to Jacoby.
Right.
Maybe Devontae starts getting in there at Parker, not Adams, but Parker. Maybe he'll get in there. But who knows? I don't care about the Patriots, dog. I'm sorry. These boys
Being trash. I'm surprised they won though.
Yeah, I'm
I will
surprised
say
they
that.
won.
I don't let my feelings for teams get involved.
No, the reason why I don't
pick
care.
players that's gonna do something.
Oh, of
for
course.
me.
I'm trying to win. I'm
just,
trying to win fantasy.
Right.
I hate the Bills, but hey,
Yeah, I'll pick
I'll
up
take Josh Allen and Diggs, right? You
in a
know,
I
heartbeat.
picked up Gerald Everett, got 13 points. That's 2 weeks now that he's got double-digit fantasy points. Gabe Davis, he got hurt last minute.
Yeah.
That would have been a good source of points for me. And then Alvin Kamara also was hurt. So that's probably why I lost again this week. I don't think my team is completely bad. I just need some people to come back. I need other players to be consistent.
yeah, Kamara being out, I didn't expect him to be out the game, maybe limited, but
Yeah, they said it was the same kind of injury as Justin Herbert. So I mean, he's even actually kind of questionable going forward for it because on Thursday he got hurt.
yeah,
So we'll see how that goes, honestly. But I mean, honestly, dog, it's rough out here in the streets for me, dog.
it's rough for me. I'm 1-1, and
I'm 0-2, dog, and I'm tired of Sleeper app trying to give me the shit championship because I keep having a player just go off on my bench, and then they try to tell me I'm the least efficient manager.
oh my god,
Like, it's crazy to me, dog. But I mean, Tua did his thing, and it's like what's crazy is Pat really was telling me to start Tua. Like he was like, "Bro, you should start Tua," and I'm playing Pat. He's like, "You should start Tua," and I'm like, "You trolling me, bro? You trolling me? When am I gonna start Tua?"
Who did you have to start besides
Russ. So I thought Russ had a good matchup.
So let me ask you this: the Dolphins play the Bills next week.
That's a hard decision to make right now because
You can't make it right now?
Russ plays.
Who they
he
play?
plays San Francisco. I like his,
Tua?
but then it's
I
like,
think I played.
hear me out, right? And now here's the one thing that what fears me. I was talking to Will about this earlier. It's just the thing that I fear about Tua next week is Von Miller. If they didn't have Von Miller, they could see us. I don't care. But they got Von Miller. And Von Miller is back to his like prime kind of Von Miller.
I see it as this. Tua's going to get you 30 or he's going to get you less than 10. Because the Bills either going to destroy us or it's going to be a shootout, one of the two.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I look at that, and what it comes to me is the line. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I think we have better weapons. I think we have a better team. The quarterback is the only difference on our team. I think our defense is sound. I think we can actually bottle him up.
Yeah, but Byron's not back yet, right?
No, but I think we can bottle him up. We have so many DNs to send at him. It's not even a joke. We can bottle him up. And then when it comes down to the line for us, if we can keep Tua upright versus on the floor, then we can possibly win that game. Because I 100% believe we can win that game. The issue is not that we won't throw to our receivers or whatever. It's just them getting to Tua. If Tua doesn't have time, he's not going to be able to throw the ball. So that is my whole fear. Other than that, it's like I'm kind of just up in the air about maybe Russ because it's 49ers, but they have a good defense, but they don't have Nick Bosa, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to probably look at Fantasy Pros and see what they
You got to think about that one. Yeah, you got to think about that
and
one.
what they suggest, based on what they suggest, I'll go off of that, but we'll see.
I will say this. Okay, what you said about Diggs when he had that game and he put everything he had into it, I hope this is Tua's moment of confidence where now it's just let's get to it, let's win games.
Yeah.
And play how you supposed to been playing, you know?
Yeah, facts. So, yeah, I mean, that's a wrap for everything, y'all boys. Episode 5, the week of madness.
Yes.
Craziness.
Waddle,
madness
waddle.
and craziness. Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Cheetah, whatever you want to call him. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Egyptian. We could just talk about madness for days, bro.
Yeah.
So let's just hope that the NFL calms down next week, and we'll be back with y'all next week. So just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with whoever you want to, and just let us know how we doing, y'all boys.
Make sure you check the IG out because if you want to see the waivers, the best ones to pick up, it's all on there, baby. Every day, post.
All right, we live.
Deuce.
Embedded the drive, can't stop going. Catching all these blessings, open field like I'm T.O. It's free flowing. Embedded the drive, can't stop going. Catching all these blessings, open field like I'm T.O. It's free flowing.